Before you create your ebooks, it'll be smart to go over some common strategies, where and how you're going to upload to retailers. There are many ways to do this, and what's really important to do is to decide which retailers you want to directly upload to and how you'll use distributors. Now, these options are not in any specific order. Earlier we talked about Amazon and the possibility of enrolling in KDP Select. If you do that, you'll simplify your life and you'll get some benefits from it, but you won't be able to sell your book anywhere else for 90 days. Another option is to upload to Amazon, to Google, and to Smashwords, which is a distributor. This is what Google's Book Partner Center looks like, and you would just click the Add a Book button here, and we're going to go through this in great detail later. For now, I just want to give you a feel for these things. And this is the Smashwords website, where you would click on the Publish tab. Again, a list of their distribution partners can be found under the FAQ section. The pros to this option is that it's fairly simple and you'll have all of the retailers covered because Smashwords distributes to all of the other retailers. The cons to this plan is that Smashwords formatting can be really tricky, and so can uploading to Google. It's a little more difficult than most retailers. Now, option C is basically to use Draft to Digital instead of Smashwords for your distribution. This is Draft to Digital's website, and they don't have complicated formatting. They'll make an ebook from anything that you send to them. They don't have as many distribution partners. If you click on their FAQ section, and then if you scroll down, you'll see here their distribution partners are listed. And CreateSpace is actually for making paperbacks with Amazon, so that's a little bit different. Now, even though Draft to Digital doesn't have nearly as many distribution partners as Smashwords, they still have the major ones covered. The benefits of this option are that it's still fairly simple and most of the retailers are covered, and really the only con is that Draft to Digital distributes to fewer retailers than Smashwords does. Another option is uploading to as many retailers directly as possible. So instead of just Amazon and Google, also uploading directly to Barnes & Noble and Kobo, and then using Smashwords as your distribution channel. This way you get all the retailers covered and you'll make the highest royalties. Unfortunately, it's the most labor for uploading in the first place, and then if you ever make changes like fixing a typo or adding something to your book later, you'll have to make those changes to every single retailer and to Smashwords also. This is what Barnes & Noble's Nook Press looks like, and again we're going to go through this in more detail during the course. And this is Kobo's Writing Life. All of these retailers are fairly similar. And a final option would be using a paid distributor, like one of the ones that I mentioned earlier. The biggest pro is that it will simplify your life. Unfortunately, you'll probably have an upfront cost. However, that could pay off later in the long term, especially if you sell thousands of copies of your book or more. Whichever option you decide to use will likely depend on your skill set, your time, your finances, all of those things. And honestly, if you talk with 10 different authors, you'll probably find 10 different methods for how they upload to retailers. All right, now it's time to start creating your ebooks, and this is where it gets really fun.